Okay, guys, today we're going to go over how to get started drawing our Google bot. Again, we'll be using Google Draw to perform this. So if you would first, let's open up a new tab. And when you open up a new tab, obviously we're going to get into Google. And then we're going to go up here to our Google Drive. So I'm going to come up here to the top right corner to my Google Apps. And I'm going to come down to Google Drive. Now, obviously, there's many ways you guys could get into your Google Drive. This is just the way that I prefer. Once you're into your Google Drive, you want to click on your New button up here in the top left. And we're going to come down to More because Google Draw is not one of our presets. So we want to go into our More button, and we want to come down to Google Drawings. And here you go. This is the interface of the Google Drawing. And a couple things that you're going to notice once this tab opens, up here at the top left corner, you're going to notice we have our area to rename for our title. Here we have our workspace or our canvas, and then we have some tools that are the more common tools, which they will expand here in a moment that you'll see. And then obviously our share button and some other opportunities here. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up here to the top left corner, and I'm going to title my file. So I'm going to call this Google Bot Drawing. There we go. Now, next thing. Most of you guys are probably wondering what a Google bot is. So what we're going to do, we're going to go out to Google Images and we're going to search for a Google bot and we're going to copy it and paste it here so we can try to replicate it. So let's open another tab, and up here at the top right corner, we're going to go to Google obviously again, and we're going to select Images. Once we get into Google Images, we're going to type in Google Bot, B-O-T. And here we go. You see a multitude of different Google bots. These are the standard Google bots. Here's a more robotic one, totally fine. You could choose that one also. I'm going to use the standard bot, I guess, here. So what I'm going to grab this one right here. It looks good. So I'm going to right click on the bot and I'm going to go to copy image. Now that I've copied the image, I'm going to come back here to my Google Drawing and I'm just going to right click over here on the side and I'm going to paste it. You're going to notice it pasted on my canvas, so all I'm going to do is drag it over. There we go. Now to get started trying to draw our Google bot. First thing I'm going to put a background onto my canvas. Right now this is transparent. You can see with the little checkerboard background. And again, there's more than one way to do each of these functions that I'm showing you. So I'm just going to right click on the background and I'm going to select background and I'm going to choose a background color. You choose whatever color you like. I'm going to choose white here for this one. Okay, let's move on. When I look at my Google bot here, I see different areas that I could start with, but I'm going to start off here with my face. And you're going to notice the face in my eyes looks more like a trapezoid than a rectangle. It's a little bit smaller on the left side, a little bit bigger on the right side. I'd like you to try to make it three-dimensional. Again, if you can, that's great. If you can't, I understand. But let's see what we can do with it. So what we're going to do, we're going to come here to our tools. And what I'm going to grab here, I'm going to get into our shapes. Okay, you guys can see my shapes button. You can see some line styles. You can see my selector, which we'll use here in a moment. We have text box, we can add images, and so forth and so forth. So I'm going to select my shapes. And you'll notice you have different sets of shapes here. So I'm just going to go to shapes and I'm going to select my trapezoid, which is right here. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag out a trapezoid. Now obviously this trapezoid is not facing the correct direction. So we're going to learn a new skill here. It's called rotate. Okay, and again, there's more than one way to do this. I'm going to show you by right clicking on that trapezoid and I'm going to go to rotate. And now notice I want to rotate it counterclockwise. So I'm going to select rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees. And there you go. If you want to make it a little bit wider, a little bit taller, you definitely can. Now this little yellow little diamond there is to help you make it so it's not so three-dimensional. I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to drag it out a little bit. There you go. And I'm going to use this as the start of my face. Now, if you'd like to change the color of this, Notice that along our tools, they have expanded. I'm going to click on my little paint bucket and I could choose a different color as desired. Say maybe a little bit darker gray as an example. Okay, great. Now maybe I want to put some eyes on here to get started. So I'm going to go back here to my shapes, on an oval. I click and draw a shape. Again, I'll go through and I'll fill it in with a color. Maybe I'll just copy and paste it. So I'll use Control C to copy, Control V as in victory to paste. I'll move it over by using my arrow keys to help me out a little bit. And there you go. Now, if you want a little outline along these eyes or any other shape, you just click on the shape and you can choose your outline or your border color. I'm going to show you a quick trick that helps me save some time. I'm going to click on one eye. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold down my Shift key, and then it'll select both eyes. I'm going to select my border here real quick. Maybe I'll make a white outlined eye. You probably can't see that, but it is there. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker so you can see it a little bit more. Okay, notice I clicked on one eye, held down my Shift key, click on the other eye, and I went to border weight. Makes it a little bit darker. Okay, well, that should be good here for at least our getting this started. And we're going to continue here in just a moment. And I'm going to stop right now, let you try some more of these functions here to try to continue adding some more shapes here. Okay.